Welcome to ANS Solver, question 10 of this paper. So for part A, they are asking us to calculate the density of the sand in the unit of kg by meter cube. Now the units or the length of the box is given to us in centimeters. So first we should convert it to meters, that is to divide it by 100. And they've given us the formula of density, that is mass, that they've given us as 90.72 divided by the divided by the volume. So the volume would be length into breadth, length into width into the height. Now we have to convert them to meters, so it would be 0.45 multiplied by 0.3 multiplied by 0.42. Therefore, now you can just simply put this in your calculator. So 0.45 multiplied by 0.3 multiplied by 0.42 and 90.72 divided by that answer. So that will give you your final answer as 1600 kg by meter cube. Now let's move to part B of this question. So for part B, they are asking us to calculate the percentage of sand from the bag that is used. Now they've told us that there is 15,000 centimeter cube of sand, and they've told us that they use the sand to fill a cylinder. So let's calculate the volume of the cylinder first. That would be pi r square h. So pi multiplied by r, that is they've told us is 10 square, multiplied by the height, that is 30, because they say it's 30 centimeters deep. So 30 centimeters would be your height of the cylinder. Now, so this would be the volume of cylinder or the amount of sand that they use to fill the cylinder. So we can divide it by the total amount of sand, that is 15,000, and to find the percentage we just simply multiply it by 100. So we can cancel two zeros of 15,000 and 100, and therefore 10 square, which is 100, multiplied by 30 multiplied by pi is equal to 3000 pi divided by 150. So you can cancel another zero, and therefore you can give your final answer as 62.8318. So since you have to give your answer to three significant figures, your final answer will be 62.8 percentage, because the fourth significant figure, which is 3, is lesser than equal to 5. So it will not round off the third significant figure to the next number. Therefore 62.8% will be our final answer for part B of this question. Now let's move to part C. So for part C, they are asking us to calculate the amount of tax that was paid per ton of sand. Now they've given us the total cost of the sand per ton, but this cost includes the amount of tax. So what we should do is we should calculate the original price first, that is without the tax. So $98.9 is the total cost, that is with the tax, and they tell us that the tax is 15%. So 15% on the original cost, so that would technically be a 15% increase. So a 15% increase would be 115 out of 100. So if 115 would be for the total cost, 100 would be the original cost. So now all we need to do is cross multiply. So therefore x would be equal to 9890 divided by 115, because 98.9 multiplied by 100 takes the decimal two places to the right, so it will become 9890. So 9890 divided by 115 is equal to 86. Therefore x will be equal to 86. Now this was the cost before tax. So they are asking us to find how much tax he paid. So now we have to take the difference between the tax and the amount after tax. Not between the tax and after tax, between the original amount, that is before tax, and the amount after tax. So we simply do 98.9 minus $86. So we would get our final answer for part C as $12.9. Now let's move to part D of this question. So for part D, they are telling us that Raj buys sand for 3,540 rupees. and they are asking us to calculate the cost in dollars when the exchange rate is $1 is to 70.8 rupees. So if $1 is to 70.8 rupees, 3540 rupees will be to X dollars. So now we can simply again cross multiply. So therefore X would be equal to 3540 divided by 70.8. Therefore your X value would simply be 3540 divided by 70.8, which is equal to 50. Therefore $50 will be your final answer for part D of this question.